Now let's talk about patrols on the islands. Dad, he was good at what he did, so they put him on point way too many times. Uh, when you go out on patrol, there aren't that many of you. 10, maybe 10 guys, something like that. There aren't many. You really don't want a whole bunch of people out there on these kind of patrols. So they get new lieutenants, brand new, right out of OCS, Officer Candidate School. Think they know everything. They don't know a thing about real combat. You don't get this from a book. So during one of the patrols with this new lieutenant, Dad hit the ground. He was on point, so of course he knew something was there. He hit the ground. Everybody hit the ground behind him. And finally, after about 10 minutes, this lieutenant crawls up beside him. Says, what's going on, Sergeant? Dad says, there's something right there. I don't know what it is, but there's something right there, sir. And the lieutenant's going, you're just waiting. Do you see anything? Why do you say there's something there? I don't know, sir, but there's something right there. The lieutenant got a little pissed. He says, all right, you say there's something there. I don't see anything. Let's go, Sergeant. Let's continue on the patrol. You get up and get moving. And my father told him, no, sir, I'm not moving. There's something right there, and I'm not going to get killed. I'm not getting up to, no. So Lieutenant got pissed finally, and Dad said, you want to lead us on the patrol? Go right ahead. So Lieutenant stood up, and within 3 seconds, he was cut in half by 3 Japanese pillboxes that opened up on him. They cut him right in half, and he dropped. Of course, Dad and the rest of them crawled back, got out of sight, and called in. Dad called in the artillery. He said, I thought the earth opened up and was going to eat us all. I could not believe, what I felt and what it was like to have all that artillery come in at once. Took care of the pillboxes, no problem. So, next patrol, they have another brand new lieutenant who thinks, he knows everything about war. Just like the rest of them. He knows nothing. And they're out on patrol again. Dad's on point. Same thing happened. Something is out there. So Dad hit the ground. Everybody behind him. Jimmy Lynch right behind him. He was always number 2 when Dad was on point. Dad made sure he had Jimmy right behind him. Jimmy was fearless in combat. He fought like crazy. He was absolutely fearless in combat. So Dad hit the ground. And after a bit, this new lieutenant comes up beside him again. Of course, he's a big shot because he's a lieutenant. What's up, Sergeant? So Dad told him, there's something right there. There's something out there. I'm not going anywhere. Sergeant, I want you to get up and continue the patrol. And Dad says, no. You want to lead us? Go ahead. But I'm not. I'm not doing that. I know there's something right there. So finally, Dad said, we got to get out of here. We have to get out of here. So, bitching and moaning lieutenant finally agreed, and they left. But he said, I'm going to report you. You disobeyed a direct order, and you will be reported when we get back to base. So they get back to base, and the lieutenant went in and cried to Captain Flynn. And then my father got called in. Dad got called in to just go one-on-one with the captain. Okay, he says, okay, Hellhand, let's hear your side of it. So Dad told his side of what happened. And, this guy knows. Dad knows his shit. That lieutenant was never seen again. He was transferred out that day to a real infantry unit. And within a week, word came back that he was dead. And I asked Dad, I said, did we get him or did they get him? And he says, we asked the same question. We never did get a straight answer. But that would be something you would kill the guy. He's going to lead you into death. That's all he's going to do. So now they get another fresh lieutenant. And this guy had brains. He gathered the sergeants together, and he says, Sergeants, I'm your new commander, whatever you want to call it, platoon leader, squad leader. I don't know anything. You guys know what the hell's going on. Let me make you a deal. You take care of me and teach me, and I'll take care of you. And that was the deal. He said that was the best squad leader we ever had. He paid attention, he listened to us, and we did the right thing. We all, and we didn't die. So, everything's cool. Here comes another patrol. We're going to have another patrol. Hallahan, you're on point again. My father, permission to go see the captain. Yeah, you got it, So he reports into Captain Flynn. He says, "Sir, why do you hate me?" And Flynn says, "I don't hate you, Hallahan." He says, "Well, then why are you trying to kill me?" He says, "I'm not trying to kill you. What are you talking about, Sergeant?" He says, "I've been on point 13 patrols in a row. I must have done something to piss you off, because there's no reason you would stick me out there 13 times without having a vengeance against me." And Flynn says, "Oh, Hallahan, no, you completely misunderstand the reasoning behind that." And Dad says, "What is it?" He says, "Hallahan, when you're on point, we don't die. That's why. We don't die if you're on point. The stupid lieutenants, they might get killed because they're stupid. But the rest of us, we don't die because you're on point. You won't have to, go on this one. You won't have to go on another one." So the very next, so they had a successful patrol. And on the next patrol coming up, Dad didn't go out. He got to stay back. And the guy they put on point was killed. I asked Dad, I said, "Did you have a guilt trip about that?" And he says, "Nope. Nope. Any one of us could get killed at any time. It was just his turn. His number came up, that's all." No, I didn't feel guilty at all about that. And I was really happy to hear Dad say that. But to be on point 13 times in a row and coming out smelling pretty, I'd say Dad knew his stuff, and he did a real good job. That's why they put him on point.